First time thinking about the priesthood, for me, really, I don't know. When I was in high school, I worked at the rectory, and my pastor always told me you should think about being a priest or you'd be a good priest, and I always thought he was crazy. And
all the holy ones are, all the saints are crazy.
So I always heard him, but I never actually thought it would happen. And I think it was in college I started realizing that I wasn't quite satisfied with everything that was going on around me or what the world was offering, and I could recall those days, the invitation to the priesthood from my pastor, and I said, why not give it a shot? Why not try seminary? So it was like a process, I think.
You know, it's funny, we, in my family, I had an uncle who was a priest, my mother's brother, and so there was always that kind of conversation to be open to the priesthood or religious life. But we had, during the pastoral year, you know, Rockville Seminary had the pastoral year, and we had a seminarian who could not have been any more different than me. I love sports, he didn't, but I could just...
He was cool?
He was really cool,
and
I was not, obviously. But he loved the Lord, and you could see that, and he would always just encourage us to think about it. I remember having a conversation when I was in college a few years later, and with my roommate, I'm like, hey, you ever think about being a priest? And he's like, no. And I'll be honest with you, I thought that he would be a priest, and he's married with 5 kids. I baptized his last one. But it was just like a process, as you said, like little by little, just being open to it until one day, like God said, you got to really investigate this. But that's how it first kind of came into my heart.